Hello everyone. Welcome to English class of Northeast Skill Center. Dear students, in some of your writing and speaking, I have noticed words that may work well in casual conversational English, but they are not part of standard English. So, today we will learn standard English and how to use standard English in formal work and social settings. We meet a lot of new people every day, and effective communication is a good way to make a positive first impression. At the end of this class, you should be able to explain the importance of conversation and use of standard English in formal work and social settings. Conversation is the act of spontaneous, interactive communication between two or more persons. Use of standard English during conversation will help both formal and social settings. Through effective conversation with others, you can form relationships, maintain friendship, and gain knowledge and perspective. So, what is the purpose of conversation? Conversation is how we relate to others. It is the basis of relationships. The quality of our conversations determines the quality of our relationships. The objective of conversation between two people is sharing of ideas, emotions, and knowledge. Effective conversation meet our objectives. Ineffective conversations do not meet our objectives. The English language is its most widely accepted form, as written and spoken by educated people in both formal and informal contexts, having universal currency while incorporating regional differences. Standard English is the type of English that's suitable for use as written or spoken in formal situation. The main advantage of English language is that it helps you to get your message across clearly and effectively and to the widest range of people. It is also more permanent than some other forms of language such as slang, which often go out of fashion from one generation to the next. There are two basic types of standard English input: formal and informal. Formal English is used in serious text and situations, for example, in official documents, books, news reports, articles, business letters, or official speeches. Informal English is used in everyday conversations and in personal letters. Formal language combines appropriate grammar and phrases to provide credibility for what is being said. For example, more formal language is routinely used in a professional setting, that is, on a business trip or at a meeting. At certain places in a city like a bank, library, or a department store, and in specific situations like job interview, dinner party, or when speaking to superior. You can also use formal language in academic papers and official documents, and speeches, books, news reports, articles, and business letters. Importance of standard formal English. Standard English shows that you are professional in verbal and written responses. Supports the importance of the situation. It meets requirements in academic and work settings. It clearly defines for the reader. Standard English are used in email messages to instructors, faculty, and staff members. also to company employees and management. Standard English is used while applying for internships, volunteer work, and jobs. Let's see how we use casual and formal English. Informal, because. In casual, we can say cause. We can say relax in formal, while we can say chill in casual. Going to, gonna. Great, amazing. Not good, worthless. Send me an email. These are all formal English. Shoot me an email. Kickback, lame, sick are all casual formal English. Some more examples of formal English are best friends, all of you, I'm ready for it, I don't know, I really don't know, I don't have a preference. These are all formal English. Guys, besties, bring it on, I don't know, whatever are casual English. These casual words are widely used with people you know and are more comfortable being with. In formal situations, these words should be avoided. Let's practice informal and formal English while greeting. Hi, how are you? How's it going? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, nice to meet you is a formal greeting. The response of informal greeting: not much, not bad, can't complain, how about you? The response of formal greeting: how are you doing? I hope everything is fine with you. Introduction. If you have never met before, start exchanging your names. Stick with formal English until you know the person you are talking to. You can see some example of introduction in formal English. Once you have introduced yourself, you can respond with one of the following phrases. Nice to meet you. This is the most common response and can be used in formal or informal settings. Pleasure to meet you. A little more formal, but it can be used informally if you just say pleasure. If you continue with questions, it will bring your communication skills to a new level. Questions will let you exchange thoughts and ideas on a variety of topics. There are two types of questions you can ask: closed questions and open questions. Closed questions have a simple yes or no answer. Example: did you have a good day? Are you enjoying the conference? Was the food good? Open questions require more elaboration than just yes or no. For example, how was your day today? What do you think about the conference? How was the food? Sometimes you're not sure about the topic. It's always okay to ask for clarification if you did not understand something. Some phrases you can use in that situation. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. Could you repeat? More formal. Sorry, I did not understand. Could you repeat that? Informal clarification. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Would you repeat that for me? Formal clarification. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat? Informal clarification. Now that you have spoken for a while, it's time to move on. you will need to close the conversation. It's always polite to let the other person know that you are ready to finish talking. Few phrases you can use in different situations. I have to get moving. I have got to run. I understood. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Let's see some examples of phrases you can use while making suggestions or giving advice. Would you please allow me to make a suggestion? I think it might be best to is a formal English. Example of formal and informal English while showing approval. That is wonderful news. That is terrific to hear. That really is quite impressive is a formal example. Informal. Sweet. Awesome. Oh, that's great is an informal example. Formal and informal way of saying goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Sharma. Add something to show respect, appreciation, or importance to the situation, like goodbye, Dr. Sharma. Thank you for taking the time to talk to my mother and for being so helpful to us. This is an example of formal English. Hope you have understood today's class and lesson objective. Thank you for watching the video.